guys, in this video we'll be continuing with the Python tutorials. We'll be working on lists, so we'll be passing a list as an argument to a function. So if you remember from earlier, basically a program, as programs become larger, it should be broken down into functions that each perform a specific task, and then also be broken down into modules that perform different functions. So this makes a program easier to understand and to maintain. So you can also pass a list as an argument or a parameter to a function. This gives you the ability to put many of the operations that you perform on a list in their own functions. So when you need to call these functions, you can pass the list as an argument. So we'll do an example. Basically it's just how to pass a parameter. Basically like how to pass a list parameter to a function so that the function can pass it into its own function. So we'll just do an example. So it's a little bit tricky at first, but it's not that hard with some practice. So we have def main. So we'll have just like a num list, points to some values. So what we can do is we'll have a few different functions, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to print the total is of the list. We'll call a function called getTotal. We'll pass in the num list as a parameter. So this, it won't know what that function is, so we're gonna comment it out. We'll comment it out, and then we'll have a function called def getTotal, and this function is going to take basically it just takes a list val, whatever you want to call it. So we have total points to 0 in this function, then we'll have so total points to 0. So we'll say for I in list val, because we're going to pass it to whatever the parameter is. We'll just call it whatever the list is named previously. We're just going to call it just list val generally now. So for I in list val, then we'll say total. Actually, sorry, not total. Actually total points to total plus I. So every time it's going to increment. You could also do total plus equals I. Whatever you want. I like the first one. Whatever is easier for you. So we'll have, after that, we'll just return the total. And then we can call the main function. So once again, Python doesn't need a type, so pretty much you can just return any type you want. So in this case, we're just printing up here. We're just printing the total is, and then we're just printing getTotal, passing in num list. So we'll just save and run that. So we have the total is 25, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9, plus 6 is 16, plus 9 is 25, I think. So we're just, so what's happening here is we're calling main. Once that happens, we jump into main. It initializes a num list to some numbers, some integer list, prints the total is, then calls get total passing a num list, in which case we jump to the get total function. It takes a list val, basically anything. We could have just said that it takes a val, because we actually didn't have to put it like that it's like a list or an array. In Python you don't have to assert that it's a list that you're passing in. So we're saying, okay, well in that case, total just points to 0 for I in list val. Then we're saying, okay, well total points to total plus I, so on each iteration. Also on the first iteration we have for I is equal to 0. So then on the, so when I is equal to 0, total, which is 0, points to 0 plus 1. So on the second iteration where now I is now 1. So for I in list val, total points to total, which is 1 plus 3, which is 4, and it's going to continue and continue until I is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to continue until I is 5, which then it's going to stop, or it'll continue until I is equal to I is less than 5. Then it returns total, so it just returns the value, in which then we just print the total. We print get total, because we're calling get total in the print function. If we would have just called, once again, if we would have just called at the end get total, passing in num list, nothing would have happened. So if I just show you, see we have down here the total is 25, I think nothing's going to happen here as well. Yeah, because nothing happened here. The reason is because this function doesn't print anything. All it does is return a value. So if we just call, we call get total, well it's not going to do anything. In memory it's saying, okay, well you call it get total once here, you printed whatever get total returned. Now you're calling get total again, which basically calculates the total, but it's basically just a function call in the call stack. It's not really doing anything. It just did the calculation. Now it's just kind of sitting there. It's like, okay, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to return total? Should I print total? Should I do something else? Because right now you just called me and I don't know what to do. So that's what it's basically doing. So I'll probably just end it there for this one. Hopefully you guys understand. So that's in the next video we'll be returning. Actually, maybe can we do this one? No, this is a longer code, so we'll do it in the next video. So the next video is we'll be returning a list from a function. So thanks for watching. If you guys liked the video, you can like and subscribe to the channel for more videos, for more programming languages and stuff. So we'll be going over returning lists from a function in the next video. Probably a few of those. Probably there's a few of those examples. About 3, 4 examples. And then we'll move on to lists and files. So I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching and take care.